through them, putrefying, fermenting, and acidifying in their body. That's why. So we need to stop that, because that's what's causing them to have cancer, diabetes, arthritis, and infections, right? This little simple concept, start taking enzymes every time you eat, at least that, you know. And the next thing is start taking some probiotics, some good friendly bacterias that will help to start reestablishing that flora, that healthy intestinal flora in your intestinal tract. We need to have good flora. A nice big army of friendly bacteria running through your system, like at least 80%, right?
Yep.
So that's why we're going to show you how to do the almond coconut yogurt today, and how to make smoothies and dressings and soups with it, because it's all pre-digested with a friendly bacteria that's proteolytic and it's plant-based. That's one thing I like about it, because I do all plant-based foods and all that. And so this is a friendly bacteria that comes from a plant-based source. It grows in a plant-based medium and is proteolytic, which breaks down proteins into amino acids. So when you take this little friendly bacteria and put it with those almonds after you soak them for 24 hours with coconut, whip it up in a cream, let it sit there for about 3 or 4 hours, and it turns into yogurt. These little friendly bacteria break everything down. It breaks down all the proteins into amino acids that are in the seeds and the nuts. It breaks down the carbohydrates into glucose, the fats into fatty acids. They're there. And now when you make smoothies and dressings and all that with it, you know what happens is it goes right into your system. And it builds that lean muscle, hair, skin, and bones. It makes more enzymes and hormones. It maintains what they call cellular integrity. And if you have cellular integrity, you have core strength. And if you have core strength, you can do this. I'll show you right now so that way you can see it. And you know what's funny about this? This morning when I got up at 9:30, I went down at 5:30 last night, because I was working during the night, doing some stuff. I had a great visit with some, really dear. And then I got up this morning and I said, thank you for another day. Give me the strength, give me the energy to do an incredible day today with those who come today for this class. Because Brian and I, we decided we were going to do this class today for those who are ready to come to this class, And you know what? I have to tell you, Natalia, if it wasn't for you, this class wouldn't even be happening.
Yeah.
She called up and she says,
I want to say thank you, because
yes.
I'm not watching the football, the soccer, and I'm sitting here, so thank
but
you.
you're the real
Thank
reason.
you.
Because you know what? It had to be 15 people or better, or we're not going to do the class. And she called up and she says, you got to do that class today. You gotta do it. No
Yeah, we were gonna reschedule it.
So I'll do that little physical demonstration off the floor so you can see it again, and then we'll get on to our...
Could I ask one question just for these viewers of my YouTube channel?
What's that?
I know I was born enzyme deficient, and I know that obviously you need to take enzymes if you're born enzyme deficient, whether you're doing a raw living food diet or not. And of course, especially if you're going to eat cooked foods, you want to take extra enzymes to digest them.
Sure.
But like for our raw fooders out there who are born with a strong constitution, who really feel like that they don't need to take any digestive enzymes, what would you say about that?
Well, first of all, anybody that has that mindset that you should just be able to eat raw foods, fresh foods, and just eat them natural, right from the organic soil, it's a great thing for them to do that. I did it for years. But when I saw my friend dying with cancer, skin and bones, and right on the edge of his deathbed, and then came back, and a few months later, I was pretty impressed. Then I started studying and researching more. So then when I found out that our soil in the U.S. is running 25 to 75% enzyme and mineral deficient, bar none.
For organic?
For organic soil, yeah. Because I've been all over the country, and I've talked to farmers myself all over the country to validate the research and the documentation on this concept that our organic food in the U.S. is running 25 to 75% enzyme mineral deficient because of the way they take care of the soil, or not take care of it.
No.
And you see what's happening is that the demand has gotten so great, these farmers, organic farmers, are not really doing all the necessary composting and enriching that soil.
Yep.
So here's what I'm going to say about supplementation, as far as especially when it comes to enzyme supplementation. Here's the deal. If you come into this world with an enzyme-rich body, mineral-rich body, and you're living on organic living food right from the get-go, you're breastfed, and you get that sprouted almond milk or that coconut milk, and you're eating all fresh fruits and vegetables and cultured foods, and you're doing it right from the get-go. You're not coming in with an enzyme deficiency or a mineral deficiency. You're already healthy, you're well, and you're in a pristine environment. Your soil's rich. You don't need to take enzymes at that point, for years. You can just live like that and be fine. But see, here's the thing. Most of us are coming from a conventional lifestyle, and then at 20 or 30 or 40 years of age or whatever, we start waking up and we start realizing, oh, the conventional lifestyle that we've been living on hasn't been that good for us. So then they start converting into a vegetarian, vegan, and then they go into raw, and then raw living cultured foods and all that kind of stuff. They start evolving, right? I'm one of those kind of people. And the thing of it is that when you really know that the soil is deficient, I can tell you, eating raw living foods myself over years, and then when I started implementing the enzymes, it took me to another level. I noticed I started digesting even better, assimilating better, feeling better, performing better, and going further without tiring. So I could tell there was a difference between the two. And when you really study enzymes and get to know them and know the food, because the guy who helped me get well, his soil was very, very rich, and the food was rich, and when you ate it, you felt the energy. It was like, whoa, it was like that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. When I go in health food stores and get the organic food from the shelf and I make food with it, it doesn't give me that buzz that
Totally.
I did from my mentor.
Yeah.
I know, I can tell the difference. And the way it tastes and the way you feel, if there's a difference. It's lacking minerals
Definitely.
and it's lacking enzymes, which is a life force, in that
Yeah, I
sense.
mean, I lived off the grid and and on a farm up in Northern California, like
Yeah.
completely away from like anything, and the food was completely so much different than anything
much different.
from the health food
Here's
store.
here's the deal. If you eat raw living foods and you do that, you're going to have a good life. And you're going to be in better health. No question. And I think it's a good thing. But if you take raw living foods, which is a really great lifestyle, and cultured foods, and you take enzymes with your food, especially if it's coming from health food stores and farmers markets from deficient soil, you take enzymes and the probiotics that culture your food, I assure you, you're going to have not better health, but radiant health.
Yeah.
And you're going to be stronger and more vibrant. I know it because I've seen it over and over with people that I've worked with.
Well, you see it happening to me. I mean, I've
Oh,
taken
yeah.
this like
The last couple of years, I can tell you, just through time, you're getting better and better and stronger. And Joel too.
Oh yeah, Joel too.
Yeah, and Dan. I mean,
Oh,
you
man.
I was gonna say on the video there that it definitely lifted me up another level with the probiotics and the enzymes. I finally got a chance to make good yogurt for once. It really turned out.
Nice.
And Krista talked to me this morning, and she said the probiotics are really helping me to go real well because
Nice.
she's not quite on raw foods when I'm gone,
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's told me this morning the probiotics are really helping her out,
Nice.
So.
Yeah, I know. I was one of the raw foodists who ate like raw living foods. I even soaked all my nuts. And I even culturized my food and was using over time. I met Lou Corona 2.5 years ago, and I started using the proteolytic probiotic from NCP for my cheeses and yogurts. And the difference when I started like taking enzymes and doing that was completely a whole world. And now that I've started doing the other 3 principles, this particularly the cellular integrity exercise one, it's just I'm feeling it moment by moment, like so much more. I'm becoming more powerful. My core strength is becoming greater. Speaking of core strength, watch this.